Why was everyone laughing so much during that speech earlier? Oh, just a few jokes in French and English. What did you say? You didn't understand. Never mind that. Please tell me, do you remember when you said you wanted to eat a Buffett? You meant to say buffet in English, right? But you called it Buffett. Well, Buffett means abuse, so you proudly said you wanted to eat abuse. I thought, I'm counting on this newcomer to make such a dark joke. I am Natalie Smith, my husband, Frederick, and I have 2 adult children who live with us. I work part-time at the headquarters of a big company that has branches in other countries and employees from many different backgrounds. So, not only Japanese, but many other languages are spoken in the office. I used to work full-time at this company, but I took early retirement when my husband retired. However, they asked me to stay on as a part-time worker with a more flexible schedule, so I'm still working there. At first, I thought it would be great to work part-time, but in reality, my hours are much different from when I was full-time. This makes it hard to enjoy my husband's retirement. To help me, the company assigned a new employee to take on half of my work. However, this new worker has been a handful. Ashley's son is very smart and graduated from a well-known university. I was relieved, thinking my job would get easier with her help, but from the start, she seemed unhappy with her job. I heard her mumble, "Why do I have to do this kind of work?" She probably thinks she's too talented for this position and deserves something better. When she found out I was her trainer, her face soured even more. A part-timer as a trainer. How lame. Well, she might just be a new employee with a sharp tongue. Every year, new people like that join the company. Having confidence is great, but those who are very proud often struggle where reality doesn't match their expectations. Then they leave, feeling unappreciated. I wonder if she's one of those types, but she's still young, so I'll overlook her attitude for now. Are you a part-timer, Miss Smith? Yes, that's right. So, did you only finish high school? Ah, no, wait, you're not saying you only finished middle school, are you? What does my education have to do with this job? You attended the orientation, right? Yes, of course. Didn't they explain that this company doesn't allow harassment, including asking about someone's education? Be careful about your behavior in the workplace. She didn't like my warning and kept a serious look on her face. I could tell that working together might be difficult. Hiding her educational background, I could tell she felt unsatisfied unless she spoke her mind. Since you're here to help me, please make sure to learn properly. She stayed silent, still looking annoyed. Understood. Yes. She sat right next to me and started talking a lot without doing any work. She went on and on about how talented and global she was, claiming to be good at both English and French. Basically, it was all just bragging. It was strange to see someone in their 20s trying to show off to someone who was 65. When it was time for lunch, she invited me out. Can you treat me to lunch, Mrs. Smith? Ah, I'm fine with it, but don't you want to eat with your friends? No, I'm your junior. Let me treat you to get to know you better. I've seen many young people, but she's the first of her kind. Okay, let's go together then. Thank you, but are you sure about the money? You're just a part-timer after all. Oh, she's finally saying what you want. She seems so bitter, like a child. Yes, don't worry about it. Either way, is there anything you want to eat? Yes, I want to go to a Buffett. Is there a good one around here? Her comment made everyone in the office freeze, but she looked completely confident despite her mistake. Oh right, you don't understand English, do you, Mrs. Smith? Ah, do you understand if I say Buffett? Okay, let's go then. Thanks for treating me. At this point, her annoying personality is starting to seem cute. Since then, even though I've been guiding her, she's incredibly slow at learning. She graduated from a prestigious university, so I know she's capable. But whether it's her pride or something else, she doesn't pay attention to jobs she doesn't care about, and she doesn't even realize it. Everyone around her adjusts to her level and speaks Japanese. She's been to many meetings, but it seems she doesn't understand the language, and the conversations often fall apart. She's so confident in herself that she probably doesn't notice how considerate others are being. Actually, the numbers on this document are wrong. Fix them right away. This happens every day, and my workload just keeps increasing. Well, if you found the mistake, why don't you fix it, Mrs. Smith? I'm not good at Japanese. Oh really? Don't worry. This isn't about Japanese skills, it's just numbers. Fix it quickly and submit. I see her frowning face every day, and I've become so used to it that it doesn't bother me anymore. Ah, what a hassle. Just do it. She stares at me. Why are you acting so bossy as a part-timer, Mrs. Smith? Bossy. Be careful with your words. Don't forget you're here to seek my guidance. Say, you're really bossy. Why is a part-timer in charge of training anyway? It doesn't make sense. Even though quitting time is approaching, all she does is talk. Oh, I used to be a full-time employee. Wait, you got demoted? No, I wasn't demoted. I was just downgraded to part-time. She bursts out laughing. So you can do that job? Ah, honestly, she's so narrow-minded. Look, everyone has their own circumstances. We don't have time for unnecessary talk, so fix it quickly and submit it. All I can say for now is that I'm better at this job than she is. Enough with the useless chatter. Get to work. Even if she's academically smart, her personality makes me worried about her future. If I could be greedy, I would have liked a more talented person assigned to help me. But I can't interface with the company's decisions. They assigned her to lighten my workload. And while I appreciate that, it's going to be a rocky road ahead. I was under a lot of stress, but I managed to endure it and deal with her. However, she was feeling stressed, just like everyone else, and she decided to vent the stress by taking a bold action. In this company, there's a daily routine that includes a morning meeting where one employee gives a speech. Since it's a multinational gathering, the speeches are in various languages. English is the main language, but there are also speeches in Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and French. There aren't any strict content requirements. It's more about practicing public speaking and gaining confidence. On the day of my speech, she confidently stepped forward and started speaking in her proud French. Although her French was a bit clumsy since she was still new, the other employees watched her with kind expressions. Midway through her speech, she introduced me as her part-time mentor, saying I had been very helpful to her. She wanted to highlight my experience as a senior in part-time jobs. However, the face of the person who invited me looked confused and slightly upset. I realized she probably thought that I, having been downgraded to a part-time job, couldn't possibly give a good speech. Please give your speech in French, senior. The girl whispered this to me, looking unhappy. As a 65-year-old woman, competing with a young person in her 20s must have seemed daunting to her. When I started my speech, I saw her eyes widen and her mouth drop open in surprise. It was understandable, as I had spent 8 years in Paris and was fluent in French. I still held high hopes for her growth as a newcomer. She was very funny and even joked about wanting to eat a baguette. This gave me a chance to correct her and mention it was Buffett, not baguette. I was happy to mentor such an interesting girl. As I delivered my speech, the employees laughed out loud, and I felt proud to have added some humor. It seemed my sense of humor was still alive. However, while everyone was enjoying the moment, Ashley stood there, unfounded, maybe not understanding what was happening. After the morning meeting ended and we settled it down, she asked me, "What did you say earlier?" "Ah, your speech. Why did everyone laugh so much?" "Oh, I included a few jokes in French and English." "What did you say? You didn't understand. Just tell me, please." "You said you wanted to eat a baguette earlier, right? What you meant was Buffett in English, not baguette." "Ah, you meant baguette, as abusa. So you probably said you wanted to eat abuse," I said, looking forward to working with such a promising newcomer who could make such a dark joke. She turned red and her eyes filled with tears. "You were the one who wanted to give a speech. Why are you acting like this?" "Because this is a company." "What's your tone?" I didn't think someone who was downgraded to part-time could speak fluent French. Were you trying to make me look foolish? Well, I expected that. You know, everyone's life path is different. I have my own journey that I've walked. You're not my family, so you wouldn't know what I've been through, right? You don't know that I lived in Paris or San Francisco. Stop judging people based on appearances. You'll end up embarrassed. She didn't say anything and looked down. If you were able to join this company, it means you've worked hard to get here. Don't waste your efforts with your actions. Are you trying to show off? It's annoying. You think you know everything, and that's just annoying. I think your competitive spirit is a good quality, but the moment you think you know everything, that's when you become ignorant. There's so much to learn in the world. Even at 65 years old, there's still so much more to discover. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. Don't be satisfied with who you are now. Keep growing. She didn't respond, and after that, she never ignored me again. When I pointed out her mistakes, she would still look a bit upset, but she honestly corrected them and submitted her work. 2 years later, she was handling all her tasks smoothly, and I felt comfortable leaving the company. Finally, the day of my retirement came after working here for over 40 years. I felt a deep sense of emotion, and now, I wanted to enjoy my remaining years with my husband, traveling to different countries, seeing new things, and gaining experiences. My future looked bright. On my last day at work, after the scheduled time, my department surprised me with a bouquet. I gratefully accepted it, and just as I was leaving, Ashley called out to me. Senpai was holding a long box tied with a ribbon. Oh, is this for me? Thank you. Can I open it now? I carefully unwrapped the paper and opened the box. Inside was a stylish wristwatch. Oh wow, it's lovely. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything, and I'm sorry for any important things I said. Oh, no worries. You were cute, Chicky Jr., when you first started working with me. Honestly, I thought you wouldn't last long, but you proved me wrong in a good way. Thank you. Does this watch have a special meaning? Well, since you'll be traveling to different countries with your husband, I thought it would be nice for you to mark the time together with this watch. Oh wow, that's so thoughtful of you. I'm really happy. I can't wait to start using this tomorrow. Natalie, are you free after this? I'm sorry, but I have family plans tonight. I see. My apologies. Was there something you needed? No, I just wanted to treat you to a buffet as a retirement celebration sometime. Oh, that sounds nice. I'll look forward to it. I left the company feeling peaceful. When I got home, my husband, children, and grandchildren had prepared a retirement party for me. My husband made his special roast beef, and my grandchildren baked a cake with my daughter's help. My life is filled with happiness, and I want to keep cherishing learning and everyone I meet, including my family.